¿Están buenos, jefe?
Buenísimos.
They're crispy, they're cheesy, they're delicious, but most of all, easy to make. When it comes to comfort food, this is one of the best dishes. Yes, we're talking about molletes. If you never had them, stick around because I'm gonna show you how to make it. Let's get it. Molletes has their origin in the time of the conquest, when the Spaniards introduced bread to the New World. At that time, it only consisted of a slice of bread with tomato and olive oil. But with a mixture of new ingredients, it became into what it is today. A slice of bread with refried beans, melted cheese, and its traditional pico de gallo. As time went by, this dish became so popular that nowadays it's a classic to the Mexican cuisine. This recipe brings me a lot of memories. My grandma used to make molletes for me all the time. This recipe is perfect for those days that you don't feel like cooking and you just want to eat something delicious and very simple. We're gonna start by making our first component of the molletes, which is the pico de gallo. Start chopping half of onion into small cubes. Do the same thing with 4 tomatoes. In this case, I'm removing the seeds, or if you prefer, you can leave the seeds, slice them, and chop them. For the chiles, I'm using jalapeños, but if you like, you can use serrano or any other type of fresh chile. And I'm repeating the same process that we did with tomato and the onion. Pass everything into a bowl, season with lime juice, salt, and about 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Mix everything and you're good to go. Next, we're gonna do our second salsa, or tomato salsa cocida. In a little pot, add olive oil and 1 tablespoon of butter. Add half chopped onion and 3 cloves of garlic and let cook in low heat. Season with salt only. Chop 3 chile serranos. If you want it spicier, you can always add more or add less, it's up to you. Add to the mixture and let cook in low heat. Our last ingredient are some cherry tomatoes. I like to use these because they have a sweet taste. Just chop it in half and add it to the mixture and let cook. Once the juices start coming out, start smashing the tomatoes. Keep smashing and stirring at the same time for about 10 to 12 minutes until you get a creamy, thick texture just like this. Taste and season if needed, and there you go. We have both salsas ready to go, and now we're ready to make our frijoles refritos. The frijoles refritos, I'm gonna show you my technique. In a hot pan, add some oil and then add some onion. Let it cook in a medium-high heat until the onion gets a little burnt. Trust me, this technique is how my abuelita used to make her frijoles, and they are bomb. Add your frijoles. If you don't have pre-cooked frijoles, you can always use canned frijoles. Just make sure they're a Mexican brand. Stir and smash at the same time and keep doing this process for about 10 to 12 minutes. When the liquids start evaporating, turn off the heat, taste and season if needed, and they're done. Now we're ready to assemble our molletes. In this case, I'm using bolillos, but if you can find them, you can always use baguette or any type of hard bread. Spread your bolillos with melted butter. If you want to add more flavor, you can add chopped garlic. Repeat the same process, but this time spread it with your frijoles refritos. Next step, add some grated cheese. I'm using pepper jack. You can use cotija, you can use queso chihuahua, you can use queso manchego. It's up to you. Just make sure it's any type of cheese that melts. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees and bake to 10 to 12 minutes or until they're crispy brown. Once they're done, serve them while they're hot. Pass them into a plate. Add your salsa cocida at the bottom. Add as much salsa as you like. Last, add your pica on top. And there you go. They look so beautiful and tasty. And this is how you make the perfect molletes. So good.